That's up to 3.
That's how I'm feeling this morning, folks. That's how I'm feeling this morning. Oh, baby. I mean, drive safely. The rain is coming down hard. Drive safely, everybody. If you're getting off a graveyard shift, drive safely. If you're getting ready for work and you're going to work, drive safely. Teachers, students, parents, leave early, drive safely. It is nasty out there. But is it nastier than the Golden State Warriors defense right now? Is it nastier than their unbalanced offensive attack? Is it nastier than players quitting on plays? Is it nastier than some of the rotations that Steve Kerr has employed? Is it nastier than the Warriors' road record? As we say, good morning to everybody out there. I'm a little fired up today. And I don't think it's the end-all, be-all. I'm not saying the season's cooked. I'm not worried necessarily about their road record going into the playoffs. I'm just worried about the habits that they've developed this season.
What about their chemistry?
Exactly. The connection with this team, the disconnect with this team. At times, it feels like there's the veterans and there's the youngsters. I'm seeing James Wiseman. Everybody's going to point to his plus-minus. He goes 10 to 13, whatever. What is going on with this team? Why can't they become a consistent basketball team? Now, look, they're 5th place in the West. They didn't lose any ground. They're still up on Minnesota.
That's insane.
They didn't lose any ground. They're still 5th in the West. They're in prime position to make a run here. But where's the resistance going to come from when it comes to defense? When's the chemistry going to come? When are they going to click? When is it all going to work? I have no idea, man. I'm kind of done figuring it out. And I'm just waiting for the playoffs to see what happens, Shasky. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bonte. They're not cooked. The season's not over. They have to play better. You know, like they have to evolve a little, slightly offensively, right? And then defensively, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be a good defensive team every single night. It's funny, and I'm not ripping Fitz, and I'm not ripping Kalena, but like every night, so-and-so team, let's say Minnesota, last night Oklahoma City, they're shooting the lights out. There's no way they can keep this up. And I want to like go on to the broadcast and be like, no, actually they can, because they're getting great looks, getting wide open looks. A guy puts the ball on the floor, somebody does the Matador defense, and then somebody has to go scrambling to help. They kick it back out. Teams are getting any shot they want on this team at times. Not all the time, but too many times. They gave up 40 in the first quarter, Bonte. 40. They gave up 40 and lost in the sauce. I thought Kuminga had a tremendous game.
Yeah, he was good at times.
Couple of goofy turnovers.
I don't know about the starting lineup. All right, you come out right away. You get cooked.
So they started Kuminga.
They started Kuminga and Dante DiVincenzo. They come out and get cooked with a 13-2 run.
Yeah.
Right off the rip.
It did not.
It's the 6th straight game.
It did not look good.
The Warriors have fell behind by 10+ points in the first half,
and it felt like bombs away from the get-go.
6th straight game. They've fallen behind by double digits in the first half. Now, Fitz and Buki, I know what you're talking about when it. Oh man,
I'm not ripping them.
But you know what, Shasky?
Huh?
There is validity to that.
To what?
Two teams shooting the lights out against the Golden State Warriors.
But isn't that like
it's a byproduct of the Warriors' defense?
That's what
guys are feeling comfortable. But
yes,
Mully, every game, every season.
What does he say?
He's like, "Yo, Bonte, how many threes does that team make per game?" And last night is another example. Oklahoma City, averaged 12.5 makes per game.
Wow.
Made 13 threes in the first half alone.
So you're saying that's luck?
I'm saying that the Warriors need to do something about that. Teams feel very comfortable against the Golden State Warriors. So they make 13 threes in the first half alone. Then Oklahoma City says, you know what? We're up 4. Let's not go bombs away against the Golden State Warriors. We don't want to get in a 3-point shootout. So let's go down to the paint in the second half.
Yes.
And in the paint, they outscored the Warriors in the second half, 32-22. And Sarge got layup after layup. SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, got into the paint at will.
He's very
Josh
nice.
Giddey was out there dropping 17 dives. He had a monster triple-double.
How about this guy Joe shooting from deep?
Isaiah Joe, he was with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Stroking it. Did you see that last one?
I did. Well, all 9 of their players that played, all 9 players that played for Oklahoma City, they all hit a 3.
Sarge did
Every
too?
last one of them. Dario Saric. Usman Dang, who I'd never heard of before. Lindy Waters III, I'd never heard of him before. He hit a 3. Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, who can't shoot worth the damn.
I like Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams is nice.
He tries hard.
Lou Dort looks like a damn fullback out there. He's got the biggest biceps I've ever seen. And he's out there stroking threes and playing defense to get to the free throw line. And there's a couple things that's bothering me here. There is.
What is that?
One is Jordan Poole and the three-point shooting.
It's really bad.
It's time to adjust.
Yeah.
It's 4 of 22 in his last 3 games.
Wait,
His percentage.
wait. Say it again.
4 of 22 from 3 in the last 3 games. All right? Well, I got deeper numbers on that. We'll get to that in a second.
That's not good.
But his three-point percentage, I believe, has dipped below Draymond Green's three-point percentage for the season.
That can't even be true. That can't be true.
I mean.
So what is he at, 31, 32%?
32%, dog.
Wow.
32%. And so you have to figure that out. He's not starting. He's not going to start. And then there's going to be a reacclimation period when Andrew Wiggins and GP2 gets back. So it's like, when are we going to get consistent? Or is this the theme of the season? Is this it? This is just who the Warriors going to be?
I feel like we're in a rom-com. Is this it? Is this all there is to love?
I guess. I'm looking at the percentages here right now with Jordan Poole, right? Jordan Poole shooting 32.5% from 3. Draymond Green, 33%.
That's insane. Bonte, the defense is one of the big problems with this team. The other thing is that, they're just...
And nobody's saying we're cooked. I want to get that out there right now. Joe and I are not saying the Warriors are cooked. But there is room to be frustrated about a performance last night where you score 128 points.
Of course.
You hit 23s. You shoot 53% from the floor, and you still give up 137. Season is not cooked. But damn it, I'm frustrated as hell right now.
There's been, 6 games this year where you can say, man, the Warriors really cared about that one.
Boston.
Memphis
twice.
Look at your... This
Cleveland,
is the face of the Warriors on TV.
Cleveland.
Okay.
All right. The Clippers game last Thursday. They cared to win that one. And I give them the Pelicans game coming back in that one. Okay. I'll give them the 5-game homestand. Okay. I'll give them the 5-game homestand. I'll give them the Boston game, both Boston games, both Memphis games.
So 1 out of 8
Cleveland
games.
game. I mean, I guess, man.
I know, but that's why it's frustrating. Right there. And I'm not trying to critique you. I'm saying that right there is why it's frustrating for a Warrior fan. Give me effort for I don't know, a quarter of the games. You know what I mean? You're 1 out of 8 games, you're playing hard.
Right.
That's where this frustration lies. And so when I see this team, they won it all last year. They could flip the switch. Yeah, they can. All that is true. The team I'm watching during the regular season doesn't care. And it's very frustrating to watch.
You better start caring.
That sequence with Draymond Green. So Jordan Poole's got pressure in his face.
Right.
Draymond flashes to the elbow.
Do we have that sound? No, I guess the sound wouldn't do it justice.
But Draymond flashes to the elbow in the middle of the key. He wants the ball. Now, whether Jordan Poole saw him, couldn't get the pass to him because of the defense, irrelevant. I thought even if Jordan threw it to him, even if he backdoor cuts, I don't know if he gets a layup because there was another guy in the paint and there was a big man waiting there. It looked like they had the help defense ready, whatever. I don't even know if Jordan Poole could pass him the ball.
So
he passes to the top of the key, and then the next guy goes to throw Draymond the ball. Draymond, in disgust, throws his hands up, turns his back, and the ball goes in the other direction. Now, in a game that turns into a 2-possession game late, you don't think that possession matters?
So, Steve Kerr mentioned it after the game. We'll get that sound up about the disconnection about that play. He was asked about that play. Jordan Poole picks up his dribble, and there's no pass there.
No.
He passes it to Draymond. Josh Giddey comes in, steals it. They go the other way, and it's Steve Kerr's now yelling at Jordan Poole.
Exactly.
So Jordan Poole passes it to Klay. Draymond Green, look.
Yeah.
Klay throws it to him, and he's walking off. And now, luckily, OKC missed the break. They actually missed the layup on that break. They missed it.
I thought they hit it.
They actually believe it. Trust me, I thought they made it too. I was so disgusted with the play itself.
So now I'll stand down.
So, as a leader of this team, so-called leader, Draymond Green,
you
just can't do that. There's no place in basketball for that.
Well,
you're showing up your teammate.
There you
You're
go.
showing up your teammate right there. You're disgusted. You walk off the play. You literally take yourself out of the play. What?
And you're alienating a guy who's already struggling.
Well, you're alienating a guy who you punched. You gave him PTSD for crying out loud.
I know.
And if not treated, it will not get better.
But
you know what I'm saying? So you walk off. Would he do that to Steph and Klay?
No.
Would he do that to Steph? Would he do that to Iguodala?
And Steph had 6 turnovers last night. And 4 in the final couple minutes?
Iguodala had 3 turnovers in the 6 minutes of the first half.
I can't believe I'm here. If someone tweeted at me in the first quarter, how you like Iguodala now?
He had 3 turnovers in the first half.
He stinks. He's
6
done.
points.
He's done. You know what he is?
Don't give me this plus-minus crap. I don't want to hear anybody about a plus-minus.
Bro. He's so overcooked, it's not even funny.
Damn.
Honestly, no one wants to say this out loud because Iggy and what he represents and all. Yeah, it was all back when. He's done, dude. Like, Anthony Lamb can do more for this team. I can't believe I'm saying this. Anthony Lamb can do more for this team right now than Andre Iguodala.
So here's my issue with Iguodala. And I whatever. I don't go that crazy over Iguodala because he's only going to play 11 to 15 minutes a night. But
there's ramifications.
I don't need to see him right now.
Well,
I don't need to see him right now. Come back the last 5 games, last 10 games. Iguodala decides when he wants to play, when he wants to come back. And all of a sudden, you're taking minutes away from other guys. Now, luckily, Kuminga played 13 minutes in the first half alone after playing 13 minutes all Sunday against the Lakers. And Kuminga was solid, but defensively, there's a lot of communication breakdowns. Because all these combinations don't play together. Dante DiVincenzo, smoking switches. Jonathan Kuminga, smoking switches with Stephen Curry. Klay Thompson, smoking switches with Jonathan Kuminga. It's over and over and over, just simple breakdowns. But the alarming part is the disconnection of the basketball team. Why aren't they connected? Why? We're deep into the season. There's 16 games to go.
But they've been hurt all year, and so you've had revolving lineups. And then when you get back Steph Curry, like, this is the thing that
I say smoking switches to some of the people out there, smoking pick and roll defense. Pick and roll defense. When you don't switch on the defense and just blow the coverage because you're not communicating, or a guy fake set a screen, he feints, and all of a sudden, it's
a slip screen. One of the things that's like, okay, just hear me out here. So Curry's one of the greatest players ever. He's still awesome. He's amazing. He plays such a unique brand of basketball, right, that there is an adjustment period to how the other guys are going to play with him. There was something too. Poole and Klay were starting to kind of feel it together, and they were starting to get on a rhythm, and then you insert Curry. And I'm not blaming Curry. I'm saying there's an adjustment period to try to acclimate to the way, because the way he plays is very unique. Wouldn't you agree, B? And there
is.
And there were times in that fourth quarter, and it was like a 5-minute stretch where I was like, Curry, I love you. Can you pass the ball to Klay?
I
said that. Like, I love Curry. I'm like, it's okay to say it out loud. Curry was on fire last night, and no one else was. But still, worked the ball around a little. He came up and took 2 auto jack threes early in the shot clock. I'm like, just work the play a little.
But he's Steph Curry.
I know. I feel sacrilegious even bringing this up.
So here's the issue, and I'm looking at the stat sheet. It's late third quarter. Klay Thompson finishes the first half, the game high, 17 points. He's 7 to 14.
He's heating it up.
Midway through the third quarter, or deep into the third quarter, he had 1 shot attempt. Now, overall in the second half, he had 3 field goal attempts.
How does that happen?
3.
How? On a guy who's on fire. You could say he was the best Warrior for 2.5 months.
And he was 2 of 3.
I know.
On those threes. And he gets 3 FGAs. I don't know what's going on there. Jordan Poole. What's going on with him?
Is that, okay, on the Klay Thompson.
Right.
Is that play calls? Is that guys not moving the ball? Is that not dialing up a play specifically for Klay?
Honestly,
what is that?
I don't know what it is, but it's Klay Thompson.
That's what I'm saying.
I know who that is.
So am I not alone saying?
And I know that he can shoot the lights out, and I know that 3 FGAs in the second half is not enough for Klay Thompson.
At all.
One of the best shooters in the world.
At all.
Who's been on fire the last 2 months.
I'm totally
So all of a sudden
with
you get 3 FGAs in a game like that? But then it's also defense, and it's the unbalance of the offense.
Yeah.
So Sunday afternoon, the Warriors, they attempt 91 field goals Sunday against the LA Lakers. 52 of those 91 shot attempts were from 3. 52 of the 91. Last night, they shoot 89 times. 51 of the 89 shots was from 3. Where is the balance? OKC doesn't have Anthony Davis.
No.
They don't have anybody blocking shots.
Well, they were going to the rim for a minute, and then they stopped doing it. When they fought back to tie the game at whatever, 24-24 or 30-30, whatever it was early in the game, I was like, all right, you're moving the ball and you're going to the rim. But they got away from it. And to me, when they bomb this many threes, it's not... They're settling for bad shots.
Yep.
These aren't good shots. Like, not all shots are created equal. Mm-hmm. Where's the mid-range game, Bonte?
There's no mid-range game. There's no mid-range game.
Like, there was a play. Poole got a rebound, or maybe it was an outlet, and he threw it ahead to Kuminga, who sprinted down court. And I was like, oh, my God, a fast break.
So they're not...
How weird was that? Because, like, they don't run at all.
Yeah, well, teams are shutting them down because the reason why they're not running is because they're not defending without fouling.
And when the ball goes through the hoop, you're going to walk it up the court.
Not only that, but you're going to walk it up, but you're fouling.
Yes.
And then the third quarter, the OKC Thunder, out of nowhere, They had 2 free throw attempts, I believe, in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. Third quarter alone, OKC, 15 free throw attempts. You've killed the flow of the game. 14-15 for the free throw line, OKC in the third quarter. So all of a sudden, your flow is not there. Your rhythm's not there. They're setting their defense. All of a sudden, you got to play catch up. And some of the fouls are bad. No doubt the NBA officials they've never been worse. Tony Brothers, Scott Foster, these guys are idiots. These guys are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. And it's an adjustment period. I get it. There's no better referee, so it is what it is. These guys are awful. We got to live with it. You got to play some defense.
Exactly.
Put your hands up. Exactly. Don't foul. Don't reach.
But I guess my question is, when you have Klay, Curry, Poole out there simultaneously, and it wasn't for a lot, but when you have, can you be a great like even if you have Draymond out there, can you be a great defensive team?
Well, I don't know.
It's really hard.
I don't know. They play defense when they want to play. I'm looking at Jordan Poole's numbers here. 16, 26, 38.
He's not good enough.
43, 53. His last 63 point attempts. Last 60, Shasky. He's made 15.
That's terrible.
I mean, he's attempting 8, 10. Look at these numbers. Let's look at these numbers. Last 7. 2 of 7. 2 of 8. 1 of 8. 3 of 10. 5 of 12. 0 for 5. 3 for 10. 1 for 7.
Is that more than half of his shots from the field, too?
Last night, 7 of his 12 was from 3.
Yeah.
The night before, 10 of his 11 was from 3.
When he's cooking, he's going to the rim.
He's going to the rim. This hasn't been good enough.
No, and I want to see him take that little hard dribble, stop, and take the mid-range shot.
I mean, sometimes I'm just like, he gets showed up there, and Steve Kerr talked about that. We're gonna play this sound because it was very disturbing to me see Draymond Green do that at this juncture of his career to show up Jordan Poole because he didn't get the ball. He was not that wide open. He was not.
But even if he wasn't, was it that big of to throw that big of a tantrum?
I mean, I hope Steve Kerr addressed it. Let's go to Scott on the Bay Bridge real quick. Let's get Scott in here. He's driving to the Bay Bridge. It's raining right now.
Yeah, be careful, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? I look forward to talking with you guys when I can.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back a second. Last Friday's game, there was a moment when Draymond Green was just chewing out Andrew Lamb, and I think that really shows what kind of cloud he brings over that team. People are afraid. He doesn't do that with Klay Thompson or any of the real veterans, but he intimidates those players to not let them really get loose, and I think the coach is really afraid to confront that. And I think
you're spot on this. There is a culture of certain guys on the team are playing so afraid to make a mistake, walking on eggshells. That is the worst way to play sports.
Yeah.
I don't care how old you are. I don't care what level you're playing at. When you are thinking and not just playing, you're never going to play your best. And Bonte, the thing with leadership, I was hoping over time he'd be the guy. Yeah, he'd get into somebody here and there. He'd put his arm around a guy here and there, and he'd be able to, coach him up and talk him. This is just who he is. Like, dude, zebras don't change their stripes at this age. Like, This is who he is. And the thing is also, we could talk all this about how the contracts affected the organization and their decisions. I think it's affecting him too.
Yeah.
I think in part he's had a good year, but I think there are times where his rage boils over.
Yep.
And it's not productive for anyone, himself included.
I wonder. So Kevin Durant's last season.
I'm talking about Allen Styles with this.
What?
I said that basically Draymond Green this year is doing very similar to what he got mad at Kevin Durant for doing, which was holding, not hostage, but holding the decision till the end of the year.
Well,
everybody not knowing what's going on and you being very defiant about the thing.
I wasn't mad at Kevin Durant because he got asked the question all the time.
Yes.
All the time. New York City, Porzingis, New York City. Nobody's asking Draymond Green about the contract situation.
No. Well, they're afraid. Everyone's afraid of him.
So Draymond Green is actually
included,
flying under the radar about this contract situation and opt in. Kevin Durant is a great basketball player. One of the 10 best basketball players I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there you go.
And yet he got asked. And everybody had no problem asking Kevin Durant about the situation.
Nonstop.
And he was just saying, I just want to play basketball. I want a three-peat. But nobody's asking Draymond Green this situation. It's the big elephant in the room. Are you in or are you out? I know he's played great basketball this season. Don't get me wrong. Draymond Green is playing excellent hoop. excellent hoop this season.
Yeah, but is he absorbing all the oxygen in the room to where others can't breathe?
I don't know.
Like, he individually is good.
Well, somebody needs to check him.
Well,
who's going to check him?
Hire David West.
That can't happen at the end of the first half. What he
Who
did
does
yesterday.
check him?
But also, this team's got to play some defense.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole's got to take better shots.
I would say defense first.
Recognize Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with the rotations? DiVincenzo, starting next to Klay and Steph, not working. It's just not working.
I'm with you.
Fix it. Nobody's panicking on the season, but fix it.